I got a fired Gallager. I got a Merrill carbine right here. Never dug a bullet here in the county like that. Talked to the landowner yesterday and hunted around over to the right. But all of this right here used to be the fairgrounds were right beyond that tree line right there. Found, I don't know how many barbers and Indians and V-nickels and what have you. Anyway, he bush hogged all of this. And on the other side of that tree line, I found some barbers and Indians and V-nickels. And I just thought this field would be good, but not so far. I've hunted it 2 or 3 times and never really found anything. But check it out. I got a fired Gallager. It'll be swagged here in the bottom. So that's an interesting find up here. I left that plug there open for reference. I'll cover all these up in a minute. And I'm just working this area because I just found that Gallager. And I got a Merrill carbine right here. Both of these, that's a drop. Both of these are carbine bullets. I'm gonna hunt this little area right here. Now that makes me happy. Trying to keep my back to the wind. There's the second bullet that I found yesterday. I had to go and give a presentation to, Civil War presentation to the local school. There's the first bullet that I found. So you can see I'm just a little ways back. And I got a good smooth low tone. I've got a bullet right there. And that's gonna be another Merrill right there. Great find. I don't find those up here. Love it. I got another bullet that I very rarely find. Check this out here. That would have went in the U.S. Navy pistol. Navy just stood for 36 caliber, Army stood for 44. This was a crazy signal and crazy deep too. That's almost probably 11, 12 inches deep right there. But the old GPX sniffed her out. Fairly deep hole right here. And, well, you can see the hole there. I'm trying to block the wind, I hope I am. I mispinpointed this one a little bit. You can see a bullet right there. That's going to be an infield. No, it's not either. I don't know what kind of bullet that is. Flat base. Looks like about I hate to say, 54 caliber. I've never dug a bullet here in the county like that. I'll ID it and we'll see what it is. The Cosmopolitan bullet was fired by the Gwin and Campbell carbine. It was also known as the grapevine carbine, so called because of the snake-like curves in its trigger guard lever and its long hammer. It was a 52 caliber percussion breech loading carbine, and it was developed for the Ohio State Cavalry in 1862 by businessmen Edward Gwin and partner Abner C. Campbell, both of Hamilton, Ohio. The U.S. Ordnance Department granted over a dozen contracts to Gwin and Campbell for a total of 8,202 of these carbines. A number of federal cavalry units were armed with the carbine, including the 3rd Wisconsin, the 2nd and 3rd Iowa, the 2nd and 3rd Arkansas, the 5th and 8th Ohio, the 5th, 6th, and 16th Illinois, along with other Civil War units. Prototype tests at the Springfield Armory and the Washington Navy Yard in 1860 found the Cosmopolitan potentially acceptable for service. But some Yankee horse soldiers felt that they were not well served by the Cosmopolitan. Brigadier General William Averill believed the 8th Ohio Cavalry was one of the best veteran regiments in service, but is unfortunately armed with the Union or the Cosmopolitan carbine, in which the men have no confidence, he said. After an October 29, 1864 fight with the Confederates at Beverly, West Virginia, the 8th Ohio Troopers reportedly did the principal part of their fighting with their fist and with the butt end of their guns rather than shooting their worthless carbines. The regiment's Lieutenant Colonel Robert Ewart reported that the worthlessness of the carbine with which my command is armed greatly endangered my success at Beverly. It appears that gas leakage at the breech was the significant problem, as the men of the 8th Ohio complained that the Cosmopolitan, after a few discharges, leaks fire. But you might be surprised to know that the sometimes despised Cosmopolitan played a vital role in the success of the 5th and 6th Illinois Cavalry and the 2nd Iowa Cavalry during the 1863 raids on the Confederate forces in Southern territories. The attacks became known as Grierson's Raid, after its commander, Colonel Benjamin Grierson. The raids occurred from April 17th to May 2nd, 1863, during the Vicksburg campaign that eventually led to Union control of the vital Mississippi River and the eventual U.S. victory over the South. I don't know that I've ever found so many different kinds of bullets. I got a different one in this hole right here. I'm going to try to catch this one while the wind's not blowing. I got a pretty deep hole here. It's probably 10, 12 inches. And I've got another bullet right there. And that's a 58. Haven't found a 58 up here yet. That's a 58 mini ball. Amazing. Well, it's starting to rain, and if you run a GPX, you know what that means. You got to get out of the field. But all those plugs are right there on that little knoll. And I have found a variety of bullets. I don't know that I've ever found that much of a variety in that small quantity of bullets. I thought for sure it was just a cavalry count, but then I got the 58, so I don't know. I'm going to bring my mower in here and mow this on down some more and hunt the fire out of this little knoll before this place sells.